Hi friends, it's Miss Lindsay. We're going to read today Pete the Cat Checks Out the Library. I dropped off an activity bag for you that has to do with Pete the Cat. Okay, let's read. Pete the Cat goes to the library. Pete the Cat checks out the library. Pete's mom is taking him to the library for the first time. The librarian gives Pete his very own library card. Cool, says Pete. The librarian smiles. Time for the tour. Have any of you ever been to the library to check out a book? The librarian takes Pete through the library. There's a big desk where people wait to check out books. Pete sees some of his friends reading at a long table. It's very peaceful and quiet. How relaxing. Yep, you gotta always be quiet at the library, huh? The librarian takes Pete to her favorite room. There are lots of Pete-sized chairs and tables and shelves. There are books of every shape, size, and color. What do I do now? Pete asks. Now you read a book, the librarian says. Which book should I read? Asks Pete. You can read any book you like, says the librarian. Pete looks around. There are so many books. Look at all those books. Pete picks up a book all about airplanes and jets. He reads it and pretends he is a stunt pilot. He flies a super fast jet and does loop-de-loops and spirals high in the sky. Look at him. He's upside down. Then Pete finds a book with dragons, wizards, and unicorns on the cover. He reads it and imagines that he is a powerful wizard, using magic spells and a special wand to defend his castle against a fire-breathing dragon. Wow. Next, Pete opens up a book about spiders and insects. He reads it and imagines that he is a scientist studying all types of critters in the wild. Look at that book. He's reading about bugs. He has to be very still to study some critters, and very fast to study others. Look, he's using a magnifying glass to look at that spider and trying to catch the butterfly in that net. Then Pete chooses a book with all sorts of scary monsters on the cover. It is a book of fairy tales. Pete reads it and pretends that he is in a dark, spooky forest trying to outsmart a big bad wolf. Look, Pete's pretending he's Little Red Riding Hood. And there's the wolf. Pete puts that book back on the shelf. It's too scary. Pete opens a book about the pyramids in Egypt. He reads it and pretends that he is an explorer riding a camel across the desert. Look at him on that camel. And climbing to the top of a giant pyramid. There he is, all the way at the top. Next, Pete picks a book with all sorts of robots on the cover. He reads it and imagines that he is a robot at a robot dance party. That's so silly, huh? His arms and legs make whizzing sounds when he moves. When Robot Pete speaks, he says, bleep, blop, bleep. That's what robots say, huh? Next, Pete picks up a book about superheroes. He reads it and makes believe that he's a superhero. How cool, look at that. Then Pete spots a big book about the ocean and all its critters. He reads it and imagines that he is a scientist in a submarine deep in the Atlantic Ocean looking for whales, squids, and sharks. Look at all those animals down in the ocean. That says Cat 1 Sub. He's in a submarine with his friends. There are so many wonderful books to read at the library. Pete can be whatever he imagines with a book. Reading is super groovy. Very cool. Thanks, friends, for reading with me. Bye.